guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're interested in vocal technique, pick up my ebook called Becoming a Natural Singer, or if you want one-on-one help, book a lesson through my website or drop me an email, links in the description. So a few people have been asking for updates about my health, and I will put that forward in another video soon. Suffice to say though, health's going well, things are going a lot better for me at the minute. I wanted to focus specifically on just creating a video about the ultimate silent reflux diet. So for those of you who aren't aware, I was suffering with silent reflux for a number of years without realizing. Recently, I've trawled Google, I have researched and come up with a kind of mix and match of the things that I found have worked. I've been eating them and living the life, so to speak, and my voice has changed dramatically. It is more flexible, it feels refreshed in the morning, and it's easier to get to a clean tone. So I'm very happy. Thought I'd put this video out breaking down the diet and giving you some ideas that may help you. At least if you employ this, you can tick that box and say, okay, it's not reflux causing my issues. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You won't know unless you try. So firstly, just some bits and bobs. When I'm eating smaller meals. If I'm having a big lunch, I will split it into 2 or 3 sections. Smaller meals throughout the day rather than large meals, yeah? I'm not having a big breakfast, a giant lunch, a giant dinner just before bed. Also, just before bed, I don't eat after about 8:30, 9 o'clock, so I leave a good 2, 3, 4 hours before I go to sleep. When I sleep, I've raised my bed, the head side of my bed, about 20 centimeters, so that when I'm asleep and I'm lying, well, not flat in this case, the acid can't come up into my esophagus. Gravity is pulling it down, helping it stay in my stomach. If I lie down in the day, I try not to, but if I was going to, I'd make sure that I would lie down and I would have the top side of my body raised. So I'm basically never horizontal at the moment. But I think I'll be able to bend that rule a little bit in the future. But right now I'm being super strict. So I'm never horizontal, not even at bedtime. Raise the bed, stop any risk of that coming up. Those are kinds of the ground rules. Small meals, raise the bed, stay vertical. The last one is chew. Chew, chew, chew. You need to chew your food a lot more. I used to just chew 2 or 3 times, chuck it back, these giant chunks of food into my stomach. Now I chew everything as if it was in a liquidizer, and then I swallow it once it's complete mush. As grim as that sounds, that's my strategy at the minute. I want to basically be swallowing soup is the idea. Those are the ground rules. Let's get on to what I'm actually eating. So in terms of, you can do your own research if you want to figure out, well, why is he eating this? Why is he eating that? I've done that work. You go do it yourself if you want to figure it out. But I'm saying I've done that work. This is what I've figured out as the best, what's working for me. So before every meal, I have a spoon of apple cider vinegar, which is a bit of a buzz if you've never done it. Some people, the videos I was watching said mix it with water. I don't, I just put it on a spoon, chuck it in, I'm like, whoa. Blows your mind a little bit at first, but it's fun. Breakfast, I have a combination, some kind of combination of apples, melon, banana. Some days I'll have just apples, some days I'll have apple and banana, some days I'll have apple and melon. Just depends what I've got on the side, what's ripe. Today I had 2 apples, for example, because my bananas weren't ripe. Very boring, very bland, welcome to my life. But the point is this, apples, bananas, melons, just small portions. Either two sets of small portions or 1 medium-sized portion. Fruit tends to go through very quick, making sure I'm chewing it. That's my breakfast. Also, I drink some green tea, but it's decaffeinated, no caffeine. Lunchtime, I have a very simple soup with some avocado and mackerel, 3 jelly stock cubes, a little bit of olive oil, pepper, a splash of apple cider vinegar, 1.7 litres of water, chucking it all into a pan with your vegetables, kale and broccoli, asparagus and mushroom. You pick, really. You just pick 2 vegetables, chuck enough in with a few potatoes just to help thicken it up. And then once it's boiled off and reduced enough, you just blitz it. So dinner's very simple. If I don't have any soup left because I've run out, when I used the last one for lunch, I'll have fruit, but most days I have soup for dinner. That's all gone through my system by the time I go to bed, and I've got a clean, empty stomach by bedtime. Now, outside of all that, that's the diet. Let's just very quickly declutter all that information. Apples, bananas, melon, soup, avocado, mackerel, leftover soup, or breakfast again for dinner. That's it. That's all I'm eating. Now, I've lost weight doing this diet, so I'm trying to balance keeping enough calories up so that I don't lose any more weight, because I'm light enough now. I don't really want to get any lighter. You might find you lose weight on this diet, and if you break the rules, it's not going to work. The idea of this diet is to find a baseline for you. You don't know what's causing your silent reflux, because it could be various things. For some people it's tomatoes, for some people it's garlic, for some people it's onions. It could be a bunch of things. For some people it's caffeine. There's loads of things. Do a Google search, you'll get a long list. Rather than cutting those things out one at a time, it's easier just to cut everything out, find your baseline. Once it's fixed, add one thing in at a time, in a couple of months, in 3 months, until you notice, I've got reflux. You've got a baseline. The idea is we're trying to get to a baseline where you can't have reflux because everything's been eliminated that could possibly cause it. If you can stick to this diet, it will get you to that baseline, and it will help you to figure out what's causing my vocal issue. Is it silent reflux? You're only going to know when you get to the baseline here, and you can notice and compare what is it like to what my voice would normally feel like. Once you've got that baseline, you're all good. You can gradually start to add things in and see where you get to. Everybody suffers with reflux. It's a question of degrees and whether or not the environment in your throat is acidic enough that it's going to actually start impacting your voice. It's okay to burp from time to time. It's okay to feel that pressure build up here and there that's kind of feels like a half burp almost at times. That doesn't mean that you've got awful reflux. It just means you're a normal person. But if it gets out of control and the balance gets out of sync in the throat, that's when you start getting down that vicious cycle of silent reflux impacting your voice getting inflamed and it getting too acidic in there. So if anyone else out there has had silent reflux, let me know. How have you dealt with it? What do you think of this diet? Maybe you can try it. Tell me your results. Tell me what you think of it. And outside of that, best of luck fixing your voice issues. I've got loads of other videos about technique. This is a little bit different. It's focusing more on health and what you can do outside of the technique to maybe address certain issues that you might be having that you're not aware of. I'll give a little more details on my own journey in terms of what I've been experiencing with my voice since I started on this diet in a future video. But outside of that, have a great day, enjoy the diet, and keep singing. I'll catch you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.